everyone, it is Mrs. LC. I'm here today to give you a full review of the Kala Learn to Play Color Chord ukulele. I'm going to start with the pros, and then I'm going to move on to the cons, and then at the end of the video I will give you my overall review of this instrument. So let's get started with the pros. Alright, so I'm going to start with a little unboxing of sorts and point out some of the pros of this instrument, just so that you know I'm not endorsed by anyone. I don't get any kind of payout from anybody. I purchased this instrument with my own money, and so I'm just going to give an honest review based on my experience as a teacher that teaches large groups of students ukulele. So here is what this is. This is called the Kala Color Chord Learn to Play ukulele. And this is just one of several different Learn to Play series that Kala does. One of the things I really do like about this particular brand is they try to make it really accessible and affordable for new players to play. What drew me to this instrument specifically was the actual color chord feature, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. So when you get this home and you open it up, you're going to get the actual ukulele, which is this right here. Okay, so you can see it. And then I'm also going to show you some of the extras that Kala puts together for these new players. You do get a little carrying bag. It says Color Chord. It has little shoulder straps, which I love these. Anything that I can carry my instrument with is great. Now, this does not have any padding or anything to actually protect the instrument. It's just a bag that you would slide your instrument in, but it's better than nothing. And when you order some other instruments from Kala or really any other manufacturer, you're only getting the instrument. You're not getting anything extra. So you do get this carrying bag, and you also get this quick start guide, which I really like that Kala does. It has several different pages, leads you to their app. They have a great app for getting started, everything from tuning to learning different aspects like how to strum, how to hold the ukulele, all that kind of stuff. And then it actually takes you through this color chord method. Now, as a teacher of lots of students, when I teach in public school, I've got anywhere from 20 to 30 students playing at the same time. What this specific Learn to Play model does is it actually has on the neck of the instrument marked the C chord, the F chord, the A minor, and the G. So they are marked. C is red, A minor is blue, your F chord is marked with yellow, and then your G chord is green. So what's wonderful about that, as a person who teaches big numbers in my room, we have a sticker system that I've been using for a while, and I actually manually put stickers on the neck for all of the chords that we learn. And it is very time consuming, and the stickers are pretty decent, but they don't last more than a couple weeks. I'm constantly having to replace stickers. To have these marked already on the neck permanently, so they're never going to fall off, never have to peel them off, I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because quite honestly, when you're a beginner, you're going to start with C, A minor, F, and G, and you're going to sit on those four chords for quite a while before you move forward and have to start memorizing other chords. So the time-saving element of having these first four beginning chords on the neck is amazing. So I'm like, I'm getting this, I'm going to try it out, I'm going to see if maybe we can move to this model for my students at school. So that is a huge, huge, huge plus. That is a big pro, having the beginner chords already marked on the neck. That sort of eye-to-hand coordination of knowing which color your finger is supposed to land on, amazing. The other thing that this instrument has is this is made of polycarbonate. This is a non-wood instrument. And the big pro of that, especially in this day and age, is that this instrument can be fully disinfected with a Clorox wipe or disinfecting spray. It is not wood, so it's not going to be sensitive to that. And when you're talking about sharing instruments, especially with everything going on in the world, being able to fully disinfect an instrument and not have to stress about, is someone going to touch it and catch something, amazing. So it already comes made of polycarbonate. You don't have to worry about heat. humidity, any of that stuff. You have this very, very sturdy, it's very well made. It has nice tuning pegs in the back. Kala does not skimp on this stuff, guys. And the average price that I've seen this online is anywhere between $40 and $50. It just depends. So you're looking at under $50. You should not be paying more than $50 for this. And that includes the carrying case, the free app information, some beginning songs, all of that beginning off the ground stuff you're going to get on this instrument. So I would say for a beginner who's never played before and you're looking for something that's just inexpensive, it's easy to disinfect and clean, it can take a beating because it's not made of wood, it has the Kala name and the Kala quality, and has all your 4 beginning chords labeled. These are all great things, and these are really the elements that I decided that I wanted to actually put my own money down on this instrument for that reason. So those are the pros, and there's plenty of pros. Those are pretty big pros. But now we're going to move on to the cons. It is not a perfect instrument, but I want to be fair and just tell you all the goods and the bad. So let's go ahead and move on to the cons. Okay, so now I'm going to point out some of the cons of this specific instrument. Now for me, not all cons or negatives are deal breakers, but there are some that are pretty big deals to me, so I just want to let you know. Now, I have tuned this instrument, and I've actually been playing this for a couple of weeks pretty regularly just to play it, and it is a very normal thing for strings to go out of tune when you get a new instrument. Very, very common. Usually after a few weeks that kind of works itself out. But one of the cons is that I'm having a really, really, really hard time keeping this in tune. No matter how much I play it, no matter how much I retune it, and I am an expert in tuning quickly, it's very often slipping and falling out of tune. Which isn't the end of the world if I'm playing by myself, but if I have a group of large numbers of 20 or 30 kids in front of me and they're slipping and going out of tune all the time, that is going to be a headache of epic proportions, far, far bigger than, let's say, if I just have to replace a few stickers on the neck every once in a while. So I'll play it for you. See, it's already out of tune. So the strings are slipping a lot. It does not stay in tune very well. You will have to tune it very often, and sometimes even while you're playing a song, it can slip and go out of tune. So if that's not something that drives you crazy, that's okay. The other con really that I found was that just the quality of sound on this is not fantastic. Now granted, I'm used to playing better quality instruments, but even the Mikala MKS that I did a review on, which is pretty similar price point, this might be $5 or $10 cheaper maybe, depending on where you find it. The sound is amazing on that instrument, and it's also, the strings stay in tune amazingly well once they kind of get broken in. However, the Mikala MKS does not have the ability to be disinfected. It's a wooden instrument. There's nothing you can do to get germs off of it. If you're a person who's going to be teaching and this instrument needs to be shared, you're going to need to kind of consider that. So the two big cons are bad intonation, strings slipping out of tune a lot, more than I'm used to dealing with, and sound quality, not great. Now, if you're a beginner instrumentalist, you're a beginner ukulele player, then it doesn't really matter to you. You haven't played very many things. If it's a young kid that is just sort of getting started, it's not going to matter. They're not going to notice the difference between this phenomenal sound and just kind of a subpar sounding instrument. So if you're a younger person and you just want to start and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you want the durability, cool. But those are two pretty big cons for me. Unfortunate kind of things I wish I didn't have to say, but it's just the truth. So next we're going to move on. I'm going to give you my overall rating and recommendation. All right. So I'm going to give you a final overall rating on the color chord Kala Learn to Play Ukulele. I'm going to go on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being don't bother, 10 being run out there today and buy it. My overall rating, I'm going to give this about a 6 out of 10. Maybe almost a 7, somewhere between 6 and 7, but I'm going to go with the 6 out of 10. The reasons I would say get it is if you have a young player who has no experience playing, you're worried about durability. This is very, very durable. You don't want to deal with having to teach these first 4 chords and have them figure out on a video how to do it. The color chords are the best part of this. I wish every ukulele had these chords marked, but they don't. So if it's a new player, not a lot of experience playing or no experience playing, you want durability, you may have to share the instrument, you might need disinfecting. These are all pros. If you're a sound snob, if you really love the ringing out beautiful sound of a wooden ukulele, you're going to be disappointed in this. If staying in tune is something that drives you crazy if you can't do, this is going to drive you crazy. You're going to have a lot of slipping. But it is not a waste of your time. It's a great instrument for a beginner. I think it's a great instrument for someone who's at home playing by themselves. If you're a teacher that's looking at, okay, what should I buy for my class set of instruments? I don't think I would do this because I think the cons of having to tune so often and the slippage and all that stuff really outweighs the pros of even having these marked. Now maybe they'll have an upgrade, or maybe they'll do something to help that or keep that from happening. And like I said, it is normal for strings to go out of tune. It doesn't matter if it's the best brand, highest quality ever, you're going to have strings going out of tune. But my personal experience is that it's continuing to happen far after it should be happening, so I don't know that I would invest in a full class set, but definitely worth purchasing if you're a new student and you just want something that's inexpensive and easy to clean and has some extras, you know, the bag and all of the tutorials. So that is my overall rating. I hope this has helped you. If you have this instrument or you're thinking about buying it, please post something in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that so very much if you would. Click the bell for notifications, and thank you for tuning in. I'll be talking to you guys again very soon.